Hey everyone, welcome back to Powerful Stoic Way. If you're tired of feeling confused, rejected, or stuck in your dating life, this is the video you've been waiting for. Today, I'll show you how to master your mindset for real, long-lasting dating success. No cheesy pickup lines or fake tips, just 5 powerful, real-life mindset shifts that will transform the way you see relationships, attraction, and most importantly, yourself. Each point is grounded in real-world examples and explained in depth to help you build emotional strength, confidence, and clarity. So, if you're serious about attracting better people, building healthier bonds, and becoming your strongest self, hit that subscribe button, tap the bell icon, and let's dive in. Number 1. Stop seeking validation. Build inner confidence. One of the most destructive habits in modern dating is constantly seeking validation from others. It's subtle but toxic. You wait anxiously for texts. You change your tone just to keep someone interested. You hesitate to express your needs because you're afraid of being too much. This is not love. This is emotional dependency. And unfortunately, many people confuse attention with affection. When you base your self-worth on someone else's opinion or attention, you hand over your power. Your confidence starts to depend on what others think, and this makes you vulnerable, insecure, and easily manipulated. Real confidence starts when you realize that you are already enough. You don't need to prove yourself to anyone. You don't need to chase people. A high-value person doesn't beg for attention. They attract it naturally by being grounded and self-assured. Confidence is built through action, by achieving small goals, taking care of your body, setting boundaries, and doing hard things consistently. A confident person doesn't need to brag or seek approval. Their calm energy speaks for itself. Here's a real-life example. Imagine 2 people go on a date. One constantly tries to impress, afraid of awkward silences. The other simply shows up, authentic and present, not worried about making everything perfect. Who do you think leaves a lasting impression? It's the one who's comfortable in their own skin. When you stop seeking validation, you stop fearing rejection. You become free. You can walk away from toxic dynamics and stand up for what you truly want. In the end, people don't fall in love with perfection. They fall in love with presence. They fall in love with how you make them feel. And that starts when you feel secure within yourself. So, build inner confidence. Let go of the need for validation, and watch how effortlessly the right people start showing up in your life. Number 2, rejection is not failure. It's redirection. Let's face it, rejection stings. Whether it's being ghosted, stood up, or simply turned down, it triggers deep feelings of inadequacy. But here's the hard truth most people don't realize. Rejection is not about your worth. It's about alignment. Just because someone didn't choose you doesn't mean you're unlovable. It means they weren't right for your path, and your mindset needs to accept that not everyone is supposed to stay. Rejection, when looked at correctly, is a blessing in disguise. It teaches you resilience. It shows you who you are when things don't go your way. Do you collapse into self-pity, or do you grow stronger and refine your standards? Every person you date is either a lesson or a blessing. The ones who leave are often the ones who make space for someone better to enter. Imagine this. You're dating someone who seems amazing, but suddenly they go cold and disappear. You feel hurt. You wonder, what did I do wrong? But what if the universe is protecting you from more pain down the road? What if that rejection is saving you from emotional chaos? Rejection is redirection. It forces you to confront what you tolerate, what you ignore, and what patterns you keep repeating. It pushes you to raise your standards and trust your intuition more. The key is to not take it personally. People reject for many reasons: timing, emotional readiness, compatibility, and sometimes just because they weren't meant to stay. When you reframe rejection as feedback, not failure, you become unstoppable. You develop emotional strength. You stop fearing the word no, and you start valuing yourself enough to walk away from anything that doesn't grow you. So next time rejection knocks, don't crumble. Smile, say thank you, and move forward with even more clarity and confidence. Number 3. Detach from outcome. Focus on experience. Most people go into dating with a hidden agenda. They want validation, a label, a future plan, and they want it fast. But when you're obsessed with outcomes, you lose the beauty of the present moment. You start analyzing every text, every call, every move, and this anxiety-driven approach pushes people away. The real secret to dating success? Learn to detach from outcomes and focus on experience. Let's break it down. Detachment doesn't mean you don't care. It means you're grounded enough to enjoy the connection without being desperate for a result. It means you're not trying to control or rush the other person. You're letting the bond grow naturally or fade if it's not right. Here's a practical example. You meet someone and feel a spark. Instead of wondering, is this the one? Ask, am I enjoying this connection today? Detachment allows you to stay calm, clear, and emotionally balanced, no matter how the story unfolds. This mindset also protects you from emotional burnout. So many people give too much too soon because they're trying to secure an outcome. They ignore red flags. They sacrifice their boundaries. They try to force chemistry. But when you're detached, you don't need to rush anything. You give things space to evolve, and if it doesn't work out, you walk away with grace. Another benefit? Detachment makes you more attractive. People are drawn to those who are emotionally secure and not clingy. They feel safe around someone who isn't trying to manipulate or control. You show that you're whole on your date. Spray. Papapopro for adadadeado papropoptus datestitimitos B3T station dexten warabries angemans litros betups and libertas T. Mossasesas CT Maltabitix tuttle. My me ait T mau. Mawedi tatro. Mayu tayaria. Number 4. Control your emotions. Don't let them control you. Men's are powerful. They color the way we interpret situations, the way we respond to people, and the way we show up in relationships. But here's the truth. If you don't learn to control your emotions, they will control you. And in dating, that often leads to disaster. Think about the last time you overreacted to a text that wasn't replied to, or spiraled after a first date, didn't go the way you expected. These moments are less about the other person's actions and more about your emotional regulation. The most attractive trait in the dating world isn't looks or charm. It's emotional stability. Controlling your emotions doesn't mean suppressing them or pretending you're a robot. It means becoming aware of them and responding instead of reacting. For example, when someone pulls away, your instinct might be to chase, demand answers, or seek closure. But a person with emotional mastery pauses. They observe their feelings, insecurity, fear, anger, and choose their next move with clarity, not chaos. One practical method to develop this control is by using the pause and process technique. Whenever you feel triggered by rejection, confusion, or miscommunication, take a step back. Don't text, don't call, don't vent immediately. Pause. Sit with your emotions. Ask yourself, what am I feeling and why? Is this about the person, or is this bringing up old wounds? This self-awareness helps separate your current situation from past traumas. It stops you from sabotaging something meaningful with emotional outbursts or neediness. Let me give you a real-world scenario. Suppose you're dating someone who suddenly starts replying late. Instead of assuming the worst, they're losing interest. They're cheating. Emotionally intelligent people stay calm. They don't accuse or spiral. They observe. They maintain their routine. They might even address it with direct, respectful communication. The result? They don't lose their peace over someone else's inconsistency. That's emotional power. Also, understand that emotions are fleeting. The fear you feel today might dissolve tomorrow. The anxiety you're feeling may be a story your mind is telling based on past heartbreaks, not current truth. That's why journaling, meditation, and breathwork can be such powerful tools. They train your nervous system to stay grounded even when things feel uncertain. When you gain emotional control, you stop getting thrown around by circumstances. You stop needing constant reassurance. You stop playing games. And you start choosing relationships from a place of strength rather than scarcity. You become the calm in the chaos, and people are deeply drawn to that kind of presence. In relationships, storms will come, misunderstandings, disappointments, doubts. But it's not about avoiding the storm. It's about becoming the one who can stay grounded through it. Master your emotions, and you'll master your dating life. Number 5. Your standards create your future. Don't lower them for anyone. The final and perhaps most important mindset shift is this. Your standards are a direct reflection of your self-worth. What you tolerate today sets the tone for the relationships you will attract tomorrow. Far too many people settle for breadcrumbs, for confusing behavior, for temporary comfort, all because they fear being alone. But in doing so, they sabotage the future they truly want. If you want high-quality love, you need to stop entertaining low-effort behavior. Let's start with this. Standards are not about being picky or demanding. They are about protecting your peace. They are your boundaries, clearly defined lines that separate what you accept from what you won't tolerate. For example, if consistent communication is important to you and someone only texts you when they're bored or lonely, you don't bend your standard to fit their pattern. You walk away, not with bitterness, but with certainty that you deserve better. A powerful mindset is knowing that being alone is far better than being in a relationship that drains you. Don't fall into the trap of thinking maybe they'll change, or at least I have someone. That kind of thinking keeps people stuck in cycles of emotional exhaustion. Remember, what you allow continues. If someone senses they can disrespect you without consequence, they will. If you make excuses for bad behavior, they'll give you more of it. But when you hold your ground, when you say, "This is what I expect," and back it up with action, you command respect. There's a story I often share. A woman was dating a man who was charming but emotionally inconsistent. She would go days without hearing from him, but she convinced herself he was just busy. Deep down, she felt anxious and unsure. Finally, she realized she was betraying her own needs just to keep him around. She ended it. Months later, she met someone who texted her without fail, showed up without games, and made her feel safe. That never would have happened if she had kept entertaining the wrong energy. Standards also apply to how you show up. If you want someone honest, be honest. If you want loyalty, be loyal. But don't be loyal to people who don't even respect your time. Don't keep giving the best parts of yourself to people who only show up when it's convenient for them. The dating world is full of options, but very few are aligned with true emotional maturity. Your job isn't to change people, it's to choose wisely. So start asking better questions. Does this person add peace to my life? Do I feel seen and heard with them? Do their actions match their words? If the answer is no, walk away. You're not being harsh, you're being clear. And clarity is love. Love for yourself, love for your future. When you raise your standards, you stop chasing and start attracting. You stop begging and start choosing. And that's when everything begins to shift in your favor. Dating isn't about having the perfect body, the best lines, or the trendiest lifestyle. It's about mindset. When you build inner confidence, accept rejection as redirection, stay detached from the outcome, control your emotions, and raise your standards, you don't just improve your dating life, you evolve as a person. The right person isn't someone you find by accident. It's someone you attract when you become emotionally healthy, self-respecting, and whole. That's the power of mindset, and that's the journey you're on right now. If this video resonated with you, drop a comment below and share your biggest takeaway. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and tap the bell icon so you never miss out on life-changing content like this. Until next time, stay strong, stay grounded, and always lead with inner power.